Hey everybody, this is Dan and Jones. We're coming at you speak like that. And sorry I haven't made a video in the last 2 or 3 weeks, but I've been extremely busy with spring coming in. But I just wanted to talk. I saw on Twitter today that Rick Ross was officially dropped from Reebok for his controversial lyrics involving rape on his UNEOE track he did. Where he basically rhymed that he went to a party, dropped a Molly in a girl's drink, she didn't know it, and he went home and enjoyed that, and she didn't know it. Basically, showing a scenario of date rape. That's basically all it was. Now, while I do have a problem as a father of daughters that someone would blatantly use lyrics like that, I'm not surprised, given the atmosphere that has already been created and that is permeated within the hip-hop community. No other genre of music is so denigrating to women, degrading of black culture, what little we do have, and basically has put black unity in the annals of time. So, do I blame Rick Ross, the Tigers of the rap world, the Lil Waynes of the rap world, for what they do? No. I blame the corporate atmosphere that basically encourages these entertainers to denigrate black people and to denigrate their own culture. Because make no mistake about it, research has shown this, that these rappers are encouraged to perpetrate this type of behavior. And they're encouraged to perpetrate this type of behavior by white CEOs that won't sign them, that won't give them money if their message is uplifting and positive. And that's a known fact. Now, my second point is, look at the inept position that black leadership, and let me make a point of order. I don't even believe in black leaders because they have not clearly defined what they want from their prospective followers. And as black people, we can't say we have black leaders if they have not spoken to us about our direction. Now, this specific case that I'm talking about with Rick Ross highlights the ineffectiveness of these so-called black leaders. Now here you have a group of white women called Ultraviolet that has stopped one of the biggest rap moguls dead in his tracks. They didn't have to make a diss rap song. They didn't have to write a letter. Excuse me. What they did was use their power to speak out against and go directly to the people that write the checks. And in this particular case, it was Reebok with 72,000 petitions. But what does that tell you? If some white liberal, white women, why do they have to speak up for issues that basically predominantly affect our women, our black women? Because 95% of the women in the clubs that this type of music is played in, or around this kind of atmosphere that he was specifically speaking of, are black women or women of color. But yet you have all these so-called black leaders, all these so-called black organizations absolutely positively silent in the face of this. But it goes back to something that I made an analogy of in a previous video. These so-called black leaders can't speak up because if they do, in certain situations, they will be indirectly saying something against our so-called black president. Because here you have a rapper that speaks of raping and for all intents and purposes another black woman, okay? Slipping a narcotic into her drink, which is alcohol. As the biggest purveyors of pushing alcohol and drugs on our women is the rap industry. Now, going back to black leaders not being able to say anything about that, who does President Obama give a White House clearance to, even though he's a convicted felon? And his wife is a gyrating sex pistol on stage. It's Jay-Z. The guy that even after he went to the White House, continued to rap about the degradation of black people, the denigration of our culture. I mean, this guy sitting in the White House after making a song called Niggas in Paris that basically wiped away all the positive things from a musical and cultural aspect that black people have contributed to the Paris music scene for generations. Because no one thinks about all the black jazz musicians that traveled to Paris, like Louis Armstrong, Saxophone, all those guys. Lady Bird, all those great entertainers that went to Paris and had a black subculture in Paris. We still have talented black musicians going over to Paris. But what does this man do in Kanye West? Niggas in Paris. Niggas in Paris. Yet he's side by side with the White House. And then his song he put out a couple of months ago with Kendrick Lamar, Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, is another degrading statement for a woman. And then he had 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. But this is a guy that's standing right next to the president that went into the Lincoln bedroom and probably spent the night in there. So what kind of position are these bootlicking black leaders? How can they come out and say something against rap when the president is standing next to one of the biggest advocates of the denigration of the black culture, Jay-Z? Can they really say something about that? No, they can't. So, here we are. Ultraviolet comes out and really shows the inept state of black leadership. It's a damn shame that white women have to come out and speak against something that affects you, black women. Disproportionately affects you. Yeah, you say nothing. You shake your asses in the club. You drool and come over yourself when Rick Ross shows up at the college universities where rape is rampant. And you scream the lyrics, and you dance, and you gyrate. And you say absolutely positively nothing, and then you want to get upset now behind the damn power curve. Now these white women from Ultraviolet say something, speaking up for you. Because you're too damn dumb to speak up for yourself. If you can recite a lyric, you know what the hell he's talking about. But there again, leadership from behind. That's the status quo. It has always been that way. It will always be that way. And you have these so-called black leaders, these spokesmen, sitting back, acting like total impotent fools. And that's what it will be. No one spoke out about this. No one. Now everybody got something to say about it. But I call bullshit on this. And I call it the way it is. You can't say, I'm wrong. You can't find another group. I just wish this Ultraviolet group in retrospect would have spoken out about Emmett Till. But that's something that we should have done. And they just showed you how it's supposed to be done. And that's a damn shame. That some white liberal soccer moms got to show black people how it's supposed to be done when people step on your damn toes. Hey, I give them hats off. I can't do nothing but say hats off to them. It is what it is. Like my man Mike say, it is what it is. Peace.